Hi, it's Kino. I'm here in New Zealand on beautiful Waiheke Island. So if you're new to the practice of yoga, one of the most intimidating postures, especially was for me when I first started, is headstand. There are so many different ways to approach headstand, but today I want to share with you some techniques for tripod headstand. So this is one of the scary kinds of headstands because you're only balancing on your hands and the top of your head, so your neck isn't supported. In the Ashtanga practice, it's called, one of the unsupported headstands. And you don't need to be afraid of the word unsupported because it just means your hands aren't going to be close to your head. They're going to be far away. So where does the support from the neck come from in tripod headstand? It's not going to come from putting your hands really close to your head. Well, the support is going to come from your shoulder girdle. So you want to make sure that the shoulders are strong and that they're really engaged. And you want to find your deltoids, which are right here, and make sure those stay strong throughout the whole duration of the tripod headstand. And you want to make sure that the under support of the shoulders, which are muscles like latissimus dorsi, which is right here, and the muscles around the rib cage underneath the lats, which is serratus anterior right here, that those stay nice and engaged. Now, a good way to check that when you're working on tripod headstand is to make sure that the shoulders don't move up to the ears, because as soon as that happens, then the whole shoulder girdle is a little destabilized. The second support for tripod headstand comes from the core of the body, so you want to make sure that the abdomen isn't splayed out, but that we're really sucking the belly in, and you have a firm engagement of the pelvic floor. So those two things together will really help you get the support it takes to stay in tripod headstand. I guess the third thing that you would really want to think about is your state of mind. The mind needs to stay balanced and calm through the whole process. If you find yourself feeling fear or freaking out, you would probably want to back off a little until you can regain the calm and composure of your mind and your inner sense of peace. Now, balance is always first and foremost a state of mind. So if you lose your balanced mind while you're approaching the posture, then that's probably a good indication that you should back off, regain your composure, try again. A really good indication of a balanced mind is a balanced, even, steady breath. So be sure that that's in place. So when you're trying tripod headstand, one of the things I like to do is make sure the shoulders are really fully in place. So let's go ahead and do that. So how do you test the tripod? Well, just like you would for regular headstand, you can hold onto your elbows and find that shoulder distance apart. Then you can place your hands exactly where you would place the elbows, right? So in order to test out and strengthen your shoulders for a tripod headstand, then you want to take your chest over your hands, spin the elbow joints forward so the elbows can bend in line with the wrists, and then we're just going to do almost a few push-ups to make sure that we can support our head with the strength of the shoulders. Before you lean forward, suck the low belly in, round your back in a little bit, breathe in, and then exhale, place your head on the ground to get into the position. Inhale, take your head off of the ground. And we'll do that a few times. Exhale, take the head on the ground, support the shoulders so you can feel the deltoid, the lats, everything engaged, the belly inside. Inhale, take your head off the ground. And then we'll do that a few more times. Exhale, take your head on the ground. Inhale, take it up. You'll notice that when I put my head on the ground, I'm not like dumping weight into the ground. I'm just kind of touching the ground. So we'll try that again. Exhale, head down. Inhale, head up. Exhale, head down. Inhale, head up. Good. So after you can do that, you can feel the shoulders getting stronger. Then here's one way to take it a little bit harder, make it a little more intense. We're going to take our head as close to the ground as possible. So if you're doing it at home, as close to the ground as possible, but not on the ground. So you can really feel the support in the shoulders and the core of the body. Okay, here we go. Sucking in the belly and exhale. Head as close to the ground as you can, but not down. You want to tuck the chin under and just let your hair reach to the ground. Squeeze the elbows in. Be careful not to splay them out. Squeeze the elbows in. Lean down and hold. We're going to hold for 5, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, take it up. All right? It's almost like a little push-up, but this really helps you prepare for tripod headstand. Then after you've done that, and you can hold for 5 and the shoulders feel strong, you're not collapsing into the ground, then you're probably ready to try for at least half version of tripod headstand. Let's see if we can give that a try. Okay, so testing out. Exhale, head down. Inhale, head up. One more test. Get as close to the ground as you can, and then come back up. And if you can do those, now you're ready to try. So here we go. Exhale, head down. Stand your legs up. Walk, walk, walk in. And now if you can pivot forward at the hips, you'll feel a little lift. And just let yourself feel that little lift. And then exhale down. If you couldn't feel the little lift and you were here, you might like to take one knee here, and then the other knee here, and then just balance here. And this is like a nice, easy half tripod headstand. You can practice keeping the shoulders nice and strong. And then just take your feet down And if you were in this little half version, then hold for a few breaths, get the balance, feel the shoulders all the way down, and then we can come down. I'd recommend that you find your balance there before you worry about doing the whole headstand. If you can find your balance there, then it's easy to go into the whole headstand. Should we try the whole headstand? Okay, so be sure that you feel the shoulders nice and strong, the core of the body, the legs really firm, reaching for the ceiling. In the moment that you want to get your feet off the ground, you have to pivot the pelvis forward. So be sure not to jump and actually do that with a deep pivot in the pelvis, which is controlled by the activation of your pelvic floor. Okay, here we go. It's better if you have a flat surface. This surface isn't flat all the way over there, but I think I'll be able to do it okay. So you want to grip the fingertips a little. Take the chest forward, spin the elbows forward, bend the elbows, feeling the foundation in your shoulder girdle. Put the flat part of the head on the ground, not the top of the head or the back of the head, but the very flat top of the head. And then placing the head down, engage the deltoids and the lats, lower belly inside. Let's go for the easy one first. So you walk in, one knee on top, press the deltoids, other knee on top, then slowly one knee pivots in, the other knee pivots in, the hips pivot forward, gaze right at your mat, balance here, feel the balance, suck in the belly, and reach your toes up to the ceiling as much as you can, connecting the legs into the pelvic floor. When you're ready to come down, we're going to come down the same way, placing the knees there, one, and then the other. Then if you could do that, maybe come onto the tips of your feet, tips of the toes, pivot forward. If you can balance here, keep sending the hips over that solid foundation of your arms. When you come to halfway, you can suck in the belly and reach up for the ceiling. Never stop pressing with the arms. The shoulders are your foundation, so keep that nice and strong. Then pivot right at the hips and slowly come down. Then, since you've been in headstand, a little child's pose. To help release the shoulders and to let the blood trickle back down into the body and to help your breath stay nice and even. So remember, when you're trying that, make sure your shoulders are strong. If the shoulders aren't strong, don't try to go up. With strength, it's a slow, steady process. It's not like an instantaneous thing. So be patient, you know? Let yourself evolve into the strength that's available on the inner body and on the outer body as well. But don't rush the process, because if you rush strength, you're going to push yourself way past the limit and get an unnecessary injury. If you're naturally strong, this will be relatively easy for you. But if you're building strength, remember, again, practice patience and have faith in the journey. If you're already strong, then strength can also teach you humility and help you tune into a softer type of strength rather than just external strength. So find that balance between, you know, the strength of the posture and the flexibility that's available on the inner body. And then the yoga practice will really be, you know, a true teacher of the spiritual journey. Thanks so much for watching.